Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are looking at finger picking today, which is an awesome technique that I think everyone should have in their repertoire. When you get sick of strumming or you want to put in some more feel or some, a bit more, it's a bit quieter or it's good for a ballad or you want to break it down, finger picking is what you're looking for. And here's how we do things. Just as a drummer has right arm, left foot, left foot, they have their independence. Our hands, we actually break up our fingers and thumb into independent limbs. And we actually give them names and numbers. Thumb is your thumb. First finger is first finger or 1. Second finger, 2. Third finger, 3. See a pattern. Fourth finger, 4. Easy, right? And in classical, we actually use a different phrase or terms, which is in letters. So we actually have P, I, M, A. And pinky we don't use. And they're based off 4 Spanish words, P-I-M-A. Have a look if you want, check out Wikipedia. I don't want to butcher the language, but it means literally thumb, index finger, middle, and then ring finger. So let's get into it and let's learn how we use these separate limbs. So on our guitar, we've got 6 strings and our 4 fingers, 3 fingers and our thumb, they have a place to sit and rest. They actually have a position. And here's the deal, your thumb, just to remember, the easiest way to remember the rules for what strings your fingers play. Your thumb will always play the root note. Always going to play the bass note of the chord. So that could either be the 6th string, the 5th, or the 4th, right? Generally, we don't ever play past the 4th because we've got 3 other fingers to do that job. Then we have 3 other fingers, and they have 2 positions. So you're either sitting your 3 fingers across the 4th string, so first finger goes on the 4th string, then second finger on the 3rd, and then your 3rd finger on the 2nd, and your 3rd finger will actually play both the 1st and the 2nd. If you can see that, playing either 2nd or 1st. Or we simply move it down to the floor, boom. And now my 1st finger plays the 3rd string, the 2nd finger plays the 2nd string, 3rd finger plays the 1st string. And who's playing the other strings? My thumb, okay? So that's it, your 2 positions. You're either here or you're here. Here or here. That's it. And the rest of the strings will be played by my thumb. So let's say I'm playing a broken G, right? And I want to play that. Well, then I'll rest my fingers. Generally, I'll play the first 2 root, if it's 6 strings, I'll play 6th and 5th, strings with my thumb. And then I'll be prepared to play the D, G, and B string and E string with my other fingers. So that's the first position I showed you, those 3, right? What if I'm playing a 5-string chord, like a C? I'll do the same thing. I'll still set my first 3 fingers starting on that 4th string. And then if I play a D, only 4 strings, well then I'm going to set them down in that 2nd position that I showed you. So my thumb will play the 4th string, my 1st will play that 3rd, 2nd finger playing the 2nd, 3rd playing the 1st. Now, these aren't rules in the sense that you can't break them. And to be honest, what's the old adage? Once you learn a rule, you can break it, yeah? So, once you master a rule, you can break it. So feel free to change it up, but the whole purpose of these positions is to make it easier for you. It's not to box you in and to make it hard. It's to make things easier. So you're never guessing, what finger should I use? I'm getting tongue-tied, finger-tied, When I first started playing classical, that was what I first started when I was 7. I only went with 1 finger, so I would play everything on 1 finger. Right? And then I moved to 2 fingers. Whenever that D actually, it was always the top 3. And what I'd do is I'd learn to keep them on the same, every time it was G, on a G, I'd be using my 1st finger, and then I use my 2nd finger, and then I add in the 3rd finger, when I added this X string. And then I add in the D, and then all of a sudden, right? So it's just so that you know who's in charge of playing that string. So now let's incorporate it into a pattern that you can easily start playing and mastering finger picking. Cool, so what I did is I just did a waterfall pattern, and it's very basic. You imagine a waterfall in a graph or a picture. I'm very graphic I see things in images for guitar, and most guitarists do. We learn shapes, we learn positions. We don't learn, well, when I was younger, we don't learn notes. I know notes now, but when I was young, I learned shapes and positions, so I could remember where my hand goes, right? A little bit different for other instruments, but for us, that's how I learn. So in a waterfall, it means I'm going up, then going down. So it's, or even a mountain. Imagine a mountain. I don't know why I said waterfall, but a mountain. They're going up and then down, up then down. And so what I'll do is I'll start on a G. I'm in the key of D. And I'm just going to run up. So thumb, first, second, third. In my first position, that means they're sitting on the D, G, and B string, my 3, and my thumb's playing the bass. And if I want, then I'll come back down like a waterfall. So I'll go up, right? And if that's too hard, just go up, don't come back down. And that's actually all I did in that intro that you saw. So I just went up and then I changed chords. So let's do that. I'm going to start on the D of F sharp, play the chord twice, then I'm going to go to the G, then I'm going to go to B minor, then I'm going to go to the A, and then do it again, and again, B minor, and A. That's it, and you can get trickier. This is the mountain, up and down. If I slow it down, I'm just going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It just sounds great. And you know, if you want to change it up too, you don't want to make it like every single note you're playing, then add in some space. Right? It's simple in its structure, but it sounds so good. And you know what? Here's the deal. It sounds hard. It sounds like, man, who's playing that? They know what they're doing. That's the whole point. I want you guys to sound like you know what you're doing. And the more you sound like you know what you're doing, the more you actually start to know what you're doing. So take that away with you. It's really simple. I'm always just going to go, and I'm going to talk in fingers. I'm just going thumb, first, second, third, second, first, thumb. It's just up. So if it's a graph, it's like thumb, first, second, third, second, first, thumb. It's creating that little V, right? The mountains and the valleys. So I'll do it one more time. And then, if you want to, add some space. Maybe play that top. Alright. And then you can add in some double stops, which we will look at another time. It's when you play two strings at once. Right? But I'll do a lesson on that another time. Hope you guys enjoy finger picking. Practice that pattern, and trust me, we will get to some more difficult ones later, but if you can master that pattern and the separation of your fingers, that's hard enough. Well done, and you'll start to sound like you know what you're doing and look like you know what you're doing. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. Wherever you are, if you have questions or you want to learn something, shoot me a DM or add a comment. I hope you're doing well. See you later.